Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
This NBA Europe update is absolutely insane. Let's see what's going on.
Potential.
NBA Europe update. What's NBA doing in Europe?
Well, they're trying to expand, but hold on, why is
Oh,
YouTube is tripping? This thing is bothering me. Whatever. Yeah, they're trying to expand, I guess. Let's see.
in
To
Paris?
include existing clubs, absolutely. Should
Oh,
there
like
be
soccer.
interest, the opportunity.
Soccer doesn't have like intercontinental like that.
What's Messi doing? I thought it was like.
It's here in the States only. Like not in the States, but
Oh,
like Mexico and Canada.
okay.
Same continent though.
This is just
to
trying to go
create
global.
sustainable competition.
That's
Guys, there's
cool.
some very important news about the NBA Europe project. We're talking about a brand new league, possible
He
teams
does
under
look
legendary
Lithuanian. Every
football
time
clubs,
I
and
see him, I see
Really?
him
Now you see
Lithuanian.
Lithuanian? Why didn't you see Lithuanian before?
maybe
didn't want
even
to
a
be
battle with
presumptuous.
another investor group that's
Honestly,
trying to create its
yeah,
own
nothing.
global hoop circuit. It feels like the entire European basketball world is getting ready for a major shakeup, so let's unpack the details. A few weeks ago, I
Because
did
he
a
has
video
your eyebrows, your beard, and you guys have the same
So
eyes.
he's my cousin now,
He's
right?
your cousin.
Okay, cool.
breaking down rumors of an NBA FIBA project that could rival or even replace the EuroLeague. Back then, the clues mainly centered on David Stern's old vision for a European division within the NBA. There were
I mean, it would be good for Europe to create a separate competition to EuroLeague, because I mean there are lower levels, but to create like I don't know though. Why do they need one? It's been like that forever. I don't know.
Money. More money. More
If
money.
American money would come to Europe, it would be good for them. Yeah, but would it have the same revenue for the companies, to put as much money in that? Because you got to make the money back, right? You're not just gonna bring the money, start paying the players American money, and then they're not making the American money back.
Will they make American money though? Because I would think it's like
Wow.
like how tours operate when they travel. Is like the ticket prices are like adjusted for the location.
I mean, I would feel like they would have to offer more money than
Mhm.
EuroLeague, otherwise everybody would just stick with EuroLeague. So why would they? It would have to be money that the clubs would
Because
want to go
maybe
participate.
it's the opportunity you could get picked. I guess they still have the opportunity to get picked
Yeah,
up.
they have the
Okay. Oh, yeah.
There are also Adam
see
Silver's
that.
comments about growing the game globally and speculation about whether EuroLeague clubs would jump ship. Since then, we have learned quite a lot more thanks to new
I
reports
guess it
from
depends on the name. Do you want to be a part of the NBA or part of the EuroLeague? Like, what do you want?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Basketball News journalist Donatas Urbanas and ESPN's Brian Windhorst. So now the
You guys have the
picture is
same
starting to
beard.
look much more concrete.
beard went
First,
like this,
Urbanas
you
sources
have
are
some beard.
saying that the NBA's plan prioritizes big European markets that can bring in serious money, rather than the
course.
traditional basketball powerhouses. This includes Paris,
Yeah.
Manchester, Berlin, Munich,
Manchester? Manchester even has a basketball team?
They're not good?
No, British never have been good at basketball.
Oh.
What?
and Madrid, who are at the top of the list. We're talking about major metropolitan areas in Europe with access to lucrative
And
I wish
Manchester? What?
I wish like Lithuania. This basketball is big in Lithuania.
Too broke. And why Manchester? Why not London? Manchester. That's so weird. Unless I'm missing some, maybe like Manchester basketball team became big in the couple.
Manchester is what part of the UK?
It's northern.
More north?
Yeah.
Oh.
lucrative sponsorship deals, world-class arenas, and potential billions of investments from foreign countries. In other words, the NBA isn't simply focusing on who has the best history in the EuroLeague. They're focusing on where they could build a giant business machine. Real Madrid emerges as the crown jewel among existing EuroLeague clubs. They are reportedly hesitant to commit to the new 10-year EuroLeague deal and have left some wiggle room to
Why?
entertain a switch to the NBA's project. If they
I wonder why they're hesitant to commit to EuroLeague. That's interesting. Maybe they are considering this opportunity.
decide to leave, the domino effect might be massive. There's a good chance Barcelona might follow them simply to keep that famous rivalry alive. Meanwhile, in France, Tony Parker's As Well is a prime candidate. Parker has publicly flirted with the idea of joining an NBA-run league in Europe, and he also owns a share of the EuroLeague, so it's definitely a complicated situation. On top of that,
He's
there's
French,
also
right?
Yeah, he's French.
of reviving a Paris Saint-Germain basketball team. PSG did have a basketball section in the 90s, but it's been dormant for years. Now plans are to combine the brand power of PSG team that's backed by the NBA's marketing machine. In theory, it sounds nice, but in reality, I have no clue why football fans now all of a sudden would be interested in basketball. Then we get to England.
I think it would be marketing because PSG, they got a lot of money. If I've don't quote me, but I think they may be owned by oil. For whatever reason, I remember hearing that. So if they if they have the oil money there, well, they can put together a good fucking team.
In Germany, where that might be an even bigger issue. It's no secret that the NBA has been eyeing the UK market for a while, hosting preseason games in London and exploring the idea of tapping into Premier League clubs. Manchester could potentially become home to a new franchise affiliated with Manchester City's ownership group in Abu Dhabi. Germany, meanwhile, might end
they
up
also
with
got
two
oil money.
franchises, but the interesting part is that the existing giants like Alba Berlin or Bayern Munich might not be the focus. Some reports suggest that the NBA might launch a brand new organization in Berlin, build a new arena, or maybe even go to Munich.
So his
I don't-
channel, it's focused on like sports,
Basketball.
basketball.
Yeah,
Wow,
Eurobasket,
that's pretty cool.
The plan is to attract new fans and corporate partners rather than relying solely on already established organizations.
Did you hear about this already? These plans?
No, it was dropped 7 days ago. No, I haven't heard. I mean, I knew that there
What do you
was an
think?
idea.
Are you excited?
Well, it really depends how they do it. If it's a separate league, then cool, whatever. I mean, just a separate league.
Mm,
If they want to integrate it into the NBA, where the NBA teams play against the European teams, I don't see it. I just don't see it. The travel time is too long. The jet lag would be ridiculous. The scheduling, the games in Europe, European night games would be here at like what 4 p.m.
that is true. And you struggle already.
Like 4
That's
p.m.
hard.
Our time, 1 p.m. California
Yeah,
time, let's
that's
say.
crazy.
Maybe not even 4 p.m. Maybe like 3 p.m. So California noon. That doesn't work.
Maybe that's why they're trying to pick much close, not too far out for time zones.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just scheduling conflicts, and it would have to be. Now, if they were to do like NFL does, like, because there's AFL and NFL, there's
Oh,
football leagues,
Yeah,
and
that's actually pretty cool.
is it AFL? I think so. Whatever. If they do like NBA Europe, they win the championship. NBA
Yeah,
America, they win the championship, and then they play for the Super Bowl, Super
Ooh,
Championship.
That would be so cool.
If that's the case, if
That'd be
that's where we're
cool.
going, okay.
That would be
for like
cool.
NBA Super Champion,
Yeah,
if
that makes sense.
if they were to do something like that, I think that is possible.
Wow.
But so, yeah,
I
I
think they're
mean,
going that direction. Maybe that makes sense.
cause yeah, who knows? But
Yeah.
let's see where you're going with this.
The earliest launch date that gets thrown around is the 2026-27 season,
That's
though
soon.
nothing is
That's
locked
soon,
in.
wow.
So far, we know that the league could start with 10 teams, heavily centered on media rights, sponsorships, and expansion fees. The initial funding might come from the NBA's massive new TV deal in the United States, set to kick in around 2025-26, which is rumored to be worth roughly $76 billion. That kind of money could definitely provide some cushion for this new league to find its
Like, as a fan, I would love to see, NBA teams playing with European teams. Like, that would be very interesting to watch. But I just don't know financially how feasible that is to accomplish because of the schedule, how many people would watch and stuff like that.
Let me tell you something. This reminds me of the Housewives. We recently got the Housewives of Dubai.
Now you want the
Housewives
Housewives of...
No, we already have it. And you know what happened? They cut it because it was very difficult every time, because the Housewives, they have to do an interview with Andy Cohen. They have to fly all the way out to New York to do the
that's where you're
interview.
going. Okay.
And it became very difficult to do the interviews. And they do interviews like every few episodes. You have
Just
to have a
Zoom it.
housewife. No, it's not the same. It's not the same vibe. And then on top of that, to do reunions, they have to fly out a whole team all the way to Dubai, or everyone from the Housewives in Dubai have to come all the way to New York. And it's just so chaotic. And we also have Melbourne, and that was problematic too. It was hard to film, and they canceled it, so now it's only available in their TV stations, and we don't have the media rights to watch it over here. So I already see the issues already.
I mean,
I'm
your
familiar.
comparison is silly, but the point
It's
is valid. It's scheduling.
yeah,
Yeah.
scheduling.
footing, especially in the first years.
And then what
Just
time
before
you
I
play it
continue,
too.
a quick reminder to check out our partner Rabona for best EuroLeague odds. Brian Windhorst and ESPN have added to the conversation. They confirmed this would be a standalone league similar to
Okay.
the Basketball Africa
So it would be standalone league. Okay, yeah. Not as exciting, because to me, exciting would be European teams playing against NBA. So
Yeah, I must say who's better. Let's see.
yeah,
Let's,
so
let's get
unless
to the
they make
drama.
like a super championship, like
Yeah,
that,
would be cool.
that'd be really cool. Honestly, if
It's like
I
Space Jams.
I feel like I invented this idea. Now, if they do it, I need a cut.
League, which is also under the NBA umbrella.
just saying.
So yeah, it just confirms that it won't be a division in Europe, and we can forget about Boston Celtics coming to Berlin. Over time, there could be exhibition games or even an international tournament, but for now, the plan is for NBA Europe to be its own separate thing. Windhorst also
Then I don't really get it. Why? Just buy EuroLeague. Or like buy a share in EuroLeague or whatever. Make some sort of work with Euro. I don't know why they need a separate one to. I don't know. Yeah.
also points out that the existing NBA owners have concerns about profitability since the G League, the WNBA, and even Basketball Africa League have burned money for years before turning any kind of a profit. The owners ultimately have to vote this new league into existence, so if they think it's going to be too big of a money pit, they might slam on the brakes. At the same time, Adam Silver's focus on Europe appears to be
Don't get
slowing
your
down
hopes up
any
too
kind of
high.
immediate plans to expand stateside. We have heard the cries for a new franchise in Seattle or Las Vegas for ages. Seattle fans have never quite
Wow.
recovered from losing the Sonics, and Las Vegas has become hotbed of professional sports with NFL and NHL teams thriving. However,
Interesting.
Windhorst notes that with so much energy and attention going into the European venture, Adam Silver might delay domestic expansion until the situation across the Atlantic is clearer. One of the biggest
That
reasons
is
that
so
the NBA
similar
sees
to Housewives because we have to have a whole product. You have to say who's gonna be the production team who films all of this, and they have to work with the brand and the label and everything. It's the same thing. And honestly, you guys, the NBA, you guys have been stepping into the gossip and starting YouTube channels and doing gossip. I see you guys.
so
I
much
see it, I
potential
see it, I
in
see it.
Europe is the influx of Middle Eastern investment. We've already seen massive deals in football.
I think that's what the NBA wants. I think the NBA wants that oil money. But which then why not just create a league in
Dubai.
Arab countries? Yeah, I guess basketball is not as big there as it is in Europe.
And the next frontier seems to be basketball. Abu Dhabi is set to host EuroLeague Final Four for the first time. Dubai is trying to get its own EuroLeague franchise,
guys are
and
just
both
like the
regions have
Housewives.
shown interest in hosting more NBA games. For the NBA, partnering with these investors opens up a stream of money that could support large arenas, high player salaries, and cutting-edge marketing campaigns. That might open the
We
door
already
to
seen,
establishing middle
the performers going over to those special events. So we've been seeing a lot of those
They have
lately.
money.
They
yeah,
want to
have
have
money.
these kind of events over there.
They want the American stars. They do, yeah.
Eastern teams in this new league, but at the moment the league officials are saying that's not on the table. But listen to this, a new rival could be emerging. Maverick Carter, who is LeBron James's business partner, is advising a group of investors that wants to raise $5 billion to launch a fully international basketball league with a rotational schedule a bit like Formula One. They're planning 6 men's and 6 women's teams set to play in 8 cities worldwide, with Singapore already announced as one of the locations. If that
You heard
goes for
this?
Yeah, I heard vaguely that this was mentioned, kind of like, LeBron putting pressure on NBA to allow him to buy a team. That was kind of that was the idea, because LeBron, after he retired, supposedly he want to buy like a team, or either buy their existing team or the expansion team in Vegas. He's interested in buying.
You should do the one in Vegas.
So he's kind of, what they were saying is just, LeBron trying to put pressure on the NBA to allow him to do that.
Forward, it might directly compete with European League run by the NBA, the EuroLeague for all the players, their salaries, and all the sponsors. Right now, it is just a rumor, but it's crazy that we might have not just one, but two major players coming into European basketball. And all of this obviously has implications for the EuroLeague. If a team like Real Madrid leaves, or if
Yeah, that's a-
Barcelona, as well, and others fall,
That's
the
a-
EuroLeague
He's the director of EuroLeague, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
might lose its main attractions. According to our sources, clubs have contractual obligations to stay for the next decade, but there are opt-outs if all the permanent member teams agree or if individual clubs decide to pay an exit fine. Like I said in the first video, that's not exactly a rock-solid agreement. The only real deterrent might be the fear of fans revolting, especially in places like Greece, Serbia, or Lithuania, where basketball traditions run deep. Then again, we see that those regions are
wait, he's
not of
Lithuanian, of
interest
course
for
he was
that
up.
new NBA project, so the EuroLeague might just continue with teams from those regions. Long term, I imagine that the NBA's
Wow.
globalization won't stop
That is
and we'll
super cool.
see more and more brands popping up in different regions. Adam Silver isn't giving any concrete answers, and to be honest, let's say I don't see how football fans now will be converted to basketball fans just because of the brand of the NBA or their
I think you can push that with marketing, though. You can provide incentives. Well, I don't know how expensive the tickets are. Maybe do like a ticket giveaway, stuff like free merch giveaway.
Make it
I
fashionable.
think you can make
music.
entice people with certain incentives
Yeah.
to become fans.
Definitely.
I don't think that's. I don't know. Because you're not asking them to switch teams. It's basically the same team you've been rooting for now. Just Joe, they're playing basketball now. You know, I think it's not like that impossible.
team. I do want to hear what you think about
All right.
This is cool.
Interesting idea. I didn't know much of
Yeah.
this, so this was very interesting to
Very
learn.
informative.
Yeah, we'll see. As I said, I'd love to see a league, but for me, not so much as a separate European league. I don't really care, but if it's somehow tied into NBA, that would be really cool to see. Yeah.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What's your name of your cousin? What's his name? We don't know his name. Does he say his name? Just basketball news.
I don't know. Why you need to know his name?
Because I keep calling him your cousin.
Oh. Nah, doesn't say his name.
Oh, well. Okay. As always, guys, share as much kindness as possible.